And in September last year, October last year, after our family forum here, we decided to extend that model. We are now extending it in the tannery and the leatherwork area in South Delhi. So we're going to have 4 drop-in centres there, again run for us by the same fantastic woman called Uma, who's been delegated by Pratham to run this. And then we'll also have 2 drop-in centres in Hyderabad on the jewellery, the jewellery alley it's called. Now, different issues with all of these. In the DNR waste tip, at least there is some sort of nuclear family. The children are there with their family. It's just that they live in appalling conditions. At South Delhi, when we start the drop-in centres at the tannery, at the leatherworks, it's a very different problem. There it's trafficked children from Bihar, which is a very poor area. You know, it's come and work for Uncle Shiv or whatever, and as soon as the child comes to South Delhi, they are lost. They have no papers, and they are just subsumed into this existence. And the Hyderabad example is different again, because there actually the child is earning money selling bangles and whatever, but again being exploited, and these very underage children that shouldn't be working. And there are also different legislative environments. In fact, Mumbai is actually quite strong, Delhi less strong, and so there are all of these issues that Pratham and that our operatives doing these drop-in centres are wrestling with. We're doing it, we think it's a very scalable operation. So we will have 10 drop-in centres, and each drop-in centre is dealing with between 150 and 200 children a day. So across 10, we'll be, we hope that we'll be sort of touching 1,500 children a day. So I mean, we think bang for the buck is, it's an extraordinary sort of leverage that we're being able to implement here by doing this joint venture with Pratham. The idea here is we're sending family members out, as I mentioned earlier in this interview, but we just sent another friend and family out who's going to be working at another ADM Foundation project in Pondicherry, and then they are going to come up. She's going to come up and she's going to shadow this girl Uma, who runs our drop-in centres, with a video cam and create some sort of marketing film. The idea being that Leon, that do these 10 centres at the moment, I would thoroughly expect that we'll be doing 30 centres, 100 centres in 2-3 years' time. So Leon is seeding it, and then we fully expect we will get the investment banks and the investment managers that we work with in India. We would hope to bring them on board and them to be funding this. So that's quite an interesting initiative for us. It's a direct initiative, but it's one that we're able to monitor, rather like that we use the benchmarking and auditing that's so important to us here using New Philanthropy Capital. We've got operatives on the ground who we trust, and using sort of good Western benchmarks, and that is one of the reasons that we think that we've been able to do this project in India, which otherwise, how on earth would we be able to do that from North London? So I hope that's helpful.